Good afternoon and welcome back to the regular meeting of the Kernersville Board of Aldermen. This meeting was recessed on Tuesday night and it is now Thursday, July 2nd, and we're reconvening this meeting. So we have two items for business that we did not finish at the last meeting. One, we have a public hearing rezoning Greg Garrett, agent for owner. Petitioner requests a single-phase special use district rezoning from AG to RS12S PRD, special use district for property located near the southwest terminus of Teague Lane at Watkins Ford Road. Requested uses are residential single-family PRD. Zoning docket K762A1. As you recall, we had the public hearing on Tuesday night. The board has had the opportunity to see additional comments that have been submitted on this case in the 24 hours following the public hearing. Is there any further discussion or questions by the board to our staff, or are you ready to vote on this public hearing?
Madam Mayor, before there's a vote, you should do a roll call for the record.
Okay. I see everybody, but that is a good idea to go ahead and have a voice vote, a voice roll call, and that way we can make sure everyone's microphone works and that everyone is at the meeting. Okay, I see Mayor Pro Tem Jenny Fulton, but if you could respond.
Present, thank you.
Thank you. I see Alderman Bruce Boyer, but if you could respond.
Present, thank you.
Thank you. I see Alderman Chris Thompson, but if you could respond.
Present, thank you.
Thank you. I see Alderman Kenny Cruz, but if you could respond.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you. I see Alderman Joe Penix, but if you could respond.
Present, thank you.
Thank you. I see many of our staff. I see Town Manager Curtis Swisher.
Present, thank you.
Thank you. Town Clerk Keith Hooker.
Present.
Thank you. Town Attorney John Wolf. Thank you. Police Chief Tim Summers.
He's here in the courtroom.
Okay, thank you. Fire Rescue Chief Scott Alderman.
Present.
Thank you. Parks and Rec Director Ernie Pages.
Present.
Thank you. Community Development Director Jeff Hatling.
Present.
Thank you. Public Services Director Dorn Malta.
Present.
Thank you. Our Finance Director Franz Ader.
Present.
Thank you. Curtis, who else from our staff is involved in the meeting? Well, Adam Hutchins, our IT Director.
Jeff
I see
Hatley,
you.
Community Development Director is on the line.
Okay,
Rochelle Joseph, Community Development is on the line. And Crystal Tanner, HR Director is here in the courtroom.
okay, is that everybody?
As far as I know, yes.
Okay, Keith, do you see anyone else in the courtroom?
No, ma'am.
Okay, thank you. All right.
And Madam Mayor, I was not able to hear Mr. Wolf. Could y'all hear him?
I could not hear him.
John, unmute it and try again. I can't hear you. Can y'all hear him?
I cannot.
We can see you and we can see your mouth move, but we cannot hear you.
That's all right. Maybe they want to ask you anything.
Mr.
Madam Mayor,
Swisher,
I
would you
will
like,
continue on.
would you like me to continue this meeting to next week, or should we proceed?
I would suggest proceeding.
Okay. Mr. Wolf, raise your hand if you will be able to call in to Curtis if you want to advise us as to something. Okay. All right, so we will, Curtis, is your cell phone available in the event Mr. Wolf calls us?
It is.
Okay. All right. So with the roll call, we're back to 1A, it's public hearing. Greg Garrett, agent for owner, zoning docket K762A1. It's for property located near the southwest terminus of Teague Lane at Watkins Ford Road. And this is a case that we had the public hearing for on Tuesday evening. Would the board have further questions for our staff, further discussion, or are you ready to vote?
Madam Mayor, I move to approve.
Okay, I have a motion by Alderman Joe Penix. Do I
I'll
have a
second.
second?
Second.
All right, and so since this is a remote hearing, even though you made a motion or the second, I'll still have to ask for your vote. If you could say whether you're voting in favor or opposed. Mayor Pro Tem Jenny Fulton, I'll start with you.
In favor.
Thank you. Alderman Bruce Boyer.
In favor.
Thank you. Alderman Chris Thompson.
In favor, thank you.
Thank you. Alderman Kenny Cruz.
In favor, thank you.
Thank you. Alderman Joe Penix.
In favor, thank you.
Thank you. The motion passes unanimously for zoning docket K62762A1, and that is a motion for approval of the zoning with the site plan and conditions as recommended by staff. Keith or John or Curtis, do you need anything further from the board on that zoning matter?
No, ma'am.
No, that's good. No, that's good.
Okay. All right, then we will proceed on to item 1B, another public hearing on a rezoning. Bill Greco of Land Solutions of NC, agent for owner. Petitioner requests a single-phase special use district rezoning from RS20 to RS12S PRD. Special use district for property located near the intersection of Shields Road and Union Cross Road, being part of a PIN number 6885068134 and containing 39 plus or minus acres, with requested uses residential single-family PRD, zoning docket K781, in consideration of an ordinance rezoning said property. Again, this was a public hearing that was held on Tuesday night, and we took public comments. We've had public comments for this submitted subsequent to the public hearing, which the town clerk has distributed to each of the aldermen. Board members, did you all receive the comments from Mr. Hooker that we've received as a town for this zoning case?
Yes.
I
thank
did.
you.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you,
I
Keith.
did, I did also.
Okay. Is there further discussion, questions of staff, or are you ready to vote on this zoning?
I've got a quick opinion I'd just like to add. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, go ahead, Alderman Thompson.
Just a quick opinion, I guess my point of view anyway. With the overall plan on this, I guess first of all, let me thank staff for all the work they've done, and especially between our meetings, getting all this together that quickly. I again want to thank the developer for his interest in the town of Kernersville. Whether this goes through or not today, I hope their interest stays. And I want to thank the citizens for all their input, everything they've done with their emails, calls, and being involved with this. As far as this plan, overall, the plan looks good to me. I'm okay with the density. I know that's always a touchy subject. I prefer to see two entrances on Shields Road off of this subdivision so that we didn't have to have the connectivity between Fieldcrest. I know we've made exceptions in the past. We've got fire departments that are pretty much within a 0.6 of a mile equidistance from both of these parcels. I think if we could get two two connections in that subdivision onto Shields Road, it'd be a better situation for both subdivisions. I like their connectivity to the park, and I like the amount of green space they have on this plan. That being said, with that density, you know, we've had traffic discussions, we've got traffic reports, we got the report from 66 in Shields Road, and again, I'll thank Jeff and his staff for sending that to me. I've sat on that road many times at many of those intersections, and I know what these traffic studies imply, and I know that we got more traffic studies coming out at the end of this year. But with that density, I don't see that our infrastructure is ready for that right now, and that's based on personal knowledge and sitting there for time and time again in traffic. So, you know, while I'm okay with this plan and needs to be tweaked a little bit, I don't see that our infrastructure is ready for this amount of density for this neighborhood.
Mayor, I'm in agreement with Alderman Thompson. The infrastructure is not there, in my opinion, and I'm very concerned about the serpentine design. So thank you. I'm in agreement with Thompson.
Yeah, I'd like to make some comments as well, Mayor. First of all, I appreciate the way the town staff have handled the dissemination of information. I think today, or just since Tuesday night, we've received like 31 documents, emails, and even phone calls from citizens. And Keith has done a great job in hand delivering those twice today, actually, making sure that we had all the information. The developers proposed in changing the zoning from RS20 to the RS12 SPRD, which would allow for 117 homes on 39 acres. When it's completed, it would add over 1,104 cars a day to traffic into the area. And I realized that some of that traffic would go east towards Highway 66. Most of the citizens concerned involved congestion and flow of traffic, particularly at the intersection of Shields Road and Union Cross. And like Chris, I've sat there numerous times actually in the last month. Shields Road is a major thoroughfare carrying traffic between Union Cross and Highway 66. Traffic comes straight across from Wicker Road and from both directions on Union Cross Road. And on several occasions, I've watched traffic at this intersection. It's very difficult at times of the day to turn left from Shields Road onto Union Cross for people headed towards I-40. The most recent traffic count was 6,400 cars a day. North-south traffic on Union Cross is about double that, 15,000 cars a day. And many of the concerns that I've received in the last couple of days talk about people that live in Greenwich, Salisbury Crossing, Hartstone, Beeson Oaks, and Fieldcrest that all come out into Union Cross Road. And they have a difficulty of getting out on Union Cross, particularly if they're turning left from their subdivisions. I do see that the serpentine design would make it less advantageous for Shields Road traffic to try and avoid the Union Cross Shields Road intersection. But I don't think that's the whole problem. Part of the problem, if there was connectivity from Emperor Lane, would be those 117 homes in the proposed subdivision. And I think that would overwhelm that particular subdivision with a lot of additional cars. I've driven across all of those subdivisions that I mentioned in the last month and also today. And so I can see the point of view of traffic conditions and particularly access to Union Cross Road. So in view of heavy traffic already on Union Cross Road and the additional potential traffic from the 117 proposed homes, I'm not in favor of the rezoning that's on our agenda today.
Would anyone else like to comment?
Madam Mayor, I'd like to say a couple of things. I agree with everything that's been said. I will say that this is my fourth term on this board, and I received more emails and phone calls on this rezoning, and any item we've had to consider in the past. And I would like to commend the citizens of Kernersville who took time to express their opinions. And unlike some of the cases we've had in the past, these were not form letters. These were all individually written with their own personal thoughts. And I appreciated that. It took a lot of time and effort for all of those people to do that and to put it into their own words. I also appreciate the interest of the developer, his continued interest in Kernersville. And I agree, like my fellow alderman, I just don't think the infrastructure's there for this development. With that being said, I would like to make a motion to deny this request.
I have a motion. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Second.
I have a motion by Alderman Penix, a second by Mayor Pro Tem Fulton.
Madam Mayor, for a point of clarification, is Alderman Penix's motion that the rezoning of the property would not be consistent with the town's comprehensive plan, or that despite the fact that rezoning the property would be consistent, that he does not think to do so would be a good rezoning of the property? I ask because in the past and other rezonings, Jeff always prepares the motion for approval based on the fact that it's consistent with the town's comprehensive plan, and the board normally simply adopts that motion. In this case, it would be a different motion, and so the motion needs to clarify whether or not you believe it's consistent with the comprehensive plan, but you're voting to deny the rezoning, or that you do think it is consistent, but you are still voting to deny the rezoning.
Well, right now, I think it's not consistent because our land plan did not take into consideration the amount of traffic we have on Shields Road at this time, with no money from DOT for the possibility of any improvements at a minimum of 7 years, and it'll probably be 10 or 15 years at the earliest, in my opinion. There's no money there. That's the basis for my motion.
Curtis and John, does Joe need to restate the entire motion, or are we ready? If Jenny has this as her second, are we ready to vote?
I think you're ready to vote.
In my second,
I
I
think-
support Alderman Penix, so I still want to second that.
And John, we see that your mic is on, but we cannot hear what you have to say. So we need you to call Curtis if you have something you'd like to add.
He agrees with Curtis, I believe is what he said, but you may want to ask him again, Dawn. Oh, is that, there you go. He agrees with Curtis.
Thank
I
you.
think I can read lips too.
Wave if you agree with everything that was just said, John. Okay, thank you. And John Wolf just waved for Keith's minutes. All right, so I have a motion by Alderman Penix. I have a second by Mayor Pro Tem Fulton. Alderman Penix's motion stated a basis for the denial. I'll do a roll call vote. I'll begin with Alderman Penix. How do you vote?
I agree with my motion.
So you vote in favor of your motion, which was to deny. Mayor Pro Tem
That's
Fulton, how do you vote?
In favor to deny the rezoning.
Alderman Boyer, how do you vote?
In favor to deny the rezoning.
Alderman Thompson, how do you vote?
In favor of the motion.
Thank you. Alderman Cruz, how do you vote?
In favor to deny. Thank you.
Thank you. It's unanimous. The rezoning has been denied. Is there any further business before the board before we adjourn?
Mayor, I would just like to again echo the other aldermen and the fact of thank you to the staff, especially Keith, in delivering everything and all the hard work that has gone on with this agenda this month. So again, thank you and happy July 4th.
Do I have a motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn. Thank you. Happy 4th of July.
Motion by
Second.
Chris Thompson, second
Second.
by Alderman Bruce. All right. There's a little bit of a delay from when you said it to when I heard it. So I
Okay.
could see you speaking, but I hadn't heard your voice yet. So thank you. All right. So Keith, did you get the motion in the second?
Yes. Yes.
All right, I'll do roll call vote again. And this is a motion to adjourn. Mayor Pro Tem Fulton.
In favor. Happy 4th.
Thank you. Alderman Bruce Boyer.
In favor, thank you.
Thank you. Alderman Chris Thompson.
In favor. Thank you.
Thank you. Alderman Kenny Cruz.
In favor. Thank you. Have a good fall.
Thank you. Alderman Joe Penix.
In favor, thank you.
Thank you. Happy 4th of July to everyone.